Good.
Hey, we're just live on
Good.
YouTube tonight. We fixed it. Woo!
Yeah.
What is it? Last Tuesday or no? Shit, whenever the last one we did was. A week. It feels been a minute.
It
It
has
wasn't last
been.
Friday or this past Tuesday. I was busy both days. All right, cool. That here so I can get better.
Keep that up there.
Not open.
There we go. Now I can see everything better. All right.
All right, all right, all right. You want me to start? You want to start?
You can.
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Turnbuckle Talk with me, your host, Josh, and of course, Kraken. What's up, Kraken, man? We had another week of wrestling in the books, but I have to say, I missed NXT, but besides that, it was an off week in pro wrestling for me. It just didn't hit properly, besides
It,
Revolution.
yeah. So Revolution, of course, Sunday it capped off that week.
That was
But
our
after
last
that,
podcast. There we go.
yeah, everything has just been like slow, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because so much happened over the last 6 months, 18 months, however you want to look at it, with everything just being so fast paced. And now I feel like WrestleMania season it normally speeds in and just the throttle's wide open. Right now, I just feel like we sped in and we ran out of gas and we're just trickling along.
Yeah, like there's some things that are doing well. Like I've been very interested in Randy. Like, we'll get more into SmackDown, but like Randy has been, doing solid stuff. That's been doing well. I've been really enjoying the Punk and Roman stuff. At least on Monday, I did. Of course, we didn't talk about it on Tuesday because I was in home. I was busy that day. But I thought it was a solid back and forth promo. I've been enjoying their second one that they had. I saw a lot of people complaining about. Yeah, it wasn't the best one, but I've enjoyed some things, but a lot of it has been feels like filler or forgettable.
Mm-hmm. It has. I think the reason I feel that way is because by this point, we're less than a month away from what would be night two. We normally know about half of the card for both nights. Right now, we just know the main
Maybe.
events.
I feel like we know it like the month going in usually. Like, and we're there. Like, we're about to get there. I feel like next week we'll start getting like the mid card matches start to fill out, at least one. I mean, we already know, and they haven't announced it as far as I can remember, but we already know it's gonna be Becky AJ for the women's IC title. I think that's the only mid card match we have right now. Everything else is the Rumble or the Chamber winners getting their title shots.
Yeah, that one hasn't been announced, but of course, the build I feel like they kind of interrupted a commercial break to show us the attack, which I was glad they did on Monday. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only mid card we really know anything about.
But yeah, I'd have to agree with you, man. This WrestleMania build has been very lackluster. Let's just get into SmackDown. Actually, before we get into SmackDown, let's talk about there's been some news out there, mainly the big injury bug still going around right now. Toni Storm, she faced Marina Shafir at Revolution, got the win. Everything seemed good. There was no spots in that match that seemed like she may have got hurt in, but it was revealed Wednesday when she was scheduled for a rematch in a no holds barred. They did a whole segment where she got attacked beforehand. She was left a bloody mess with all kinds of things all sprawled up in her locker room. And they're kind of turning it into like the clues, like what are all these clues? They took a photo of her, like there's all kinds of stuff around her, so they posted it to social media. But it turns out they did all this because she's hurt and will be out the rest of 2026, which is 9 months plus. Of course, they don't expect her back at all this year, so we don't know as of this moment on the 20th on what that may have been. If it was something nagging that she just kind of let go, and it built up, but who knows at this point. But sucks, man. So, and she's been carrying that AEW women's division on her back, her and a few others, but she was the one, like one of the main ones, to be carrying that AEW women's division the past 3 years.
Yeah, she has, and now it's going to be put on the back of Marina, Divine Dominion.
I mean, I was thinking more Mercedes Monet,
But I don't think she comes back till at least Double or Nothing. But yeah, when she does come back, she'll probably be the one taking off Tekla.
Yeah, when I think they announced. I saw on Twitter a bit ago that they announced another one of her matches for one of the other titles she has. So She's definitely gonna be
Yeah,
dropping down to 4. I think she's at 5 right now. So, yeah, I think once those are all gone, she'll be back in AEW.
yeah, and that's the big payoff. Like she built up this, the record now most titles ever held, and then she's slowly dropping them. And when she does finally come back, she'll get the big one that eluded her while she had all the other ones.
All right, so I think I brought this up within the last week or so. Athena, though, we need Athena on AEW. I think I brought this up recently. Like, why is she still regulated to ROH, bro? We need her there. Hear me out. Athena, Mercedes. I think they've had 2 singles matches now. 3.
Hmm.
Put them in that title shot. Like I know right now it's Tekla, but like have one of them defeat her, and I want to see them 2 go at it again. Like that would, if that's, we're looking at All In now. I know we have till August. We have quite a bit away, but that's where I think they should go at this point.
I can see that. And Athena, like I don't watch Ring of Honor regularly. I don't know if you do or you see highlights or
No,
anything, but
not
I don't even
really. Just
see
highlights.
Athena on highlights when they post them on the AEW page or
I feel like
whatever.
she's not really wrestling all the time on the weekly show, but she's doing like segments. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of segment related highlights for her in a bit. Yeah.
Her or Billy, so I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I would have to look it up. But anyways, that's what I would love to see at All In. If I mean, we have a stacked division, and more than just those 2. You have Statlander there, you have Tekla, who's the current women's champion. You have Willow, who's still women's TBS champion or TBS champion. I don't know why. Oh wait,
Mhm.
TNT. No, TBS. I'm a
TBS,
little
yes.
in the clouds. Um so I mean, there's so many other women. Like you brought up Megan Bain, who's right now the current tag champ with Lana Cross. There's a whole roster of women that you have been slowly building up. So definitely a lot of women to follow. But Toni is a big loss.
She is. But hopefully, whatever it is quick recovery, and she'll come back wide open. I know she will. She'll get right back in whatever title picture.
Hopefully so, because I love Toni. I love seeing her on my TV every week. What's your thoughts on Dennis Rodman going in the WWE Hall of Fame? They announced that today.
I had someone ask me about it during SmackDown. They were like, "What did he do in WWE?" I was like, "WCW is the only thing I know that he done. He was part of the NWO at one point."
So
Um,
yeah, that is exactly what he did. So he was in the NWO and WCW during the Monday Night Wars. So, but it's not just that. Like, yeah, he was a celebrity that came in, did some matches and whatnot. It wasn't really like, he wasn't like a Logan Paul or a Bad Bunny having these really 5-star matches or nothing like that. If you know Dennis Rodman, he was Dennis fucking Rodman. He was the character that you heard about from his teammates on fucking TV. That's who he was. And apparently it was just who he really is. But if you would never heard stories on Dennis Rodman, just Google this man. Crazy man. And not in like in a super crazy sense. He didn't like, kill anyone, hurt no one, not like that, but like just a different personality cat. You just need to check him out.
yeah.
But so he brought that personality to WCW. He was very popular with Chicago Bulls in the 90s. Obviously the Bulls in general were popular in the 90s. He was fucking Chicago Bulls. And he brought that personality to WCW, crossed over fans with the NBA and WCW, brought in record ratings with the WCW at the time. So while WWE doesn't really shine the light on it, that they could be for his Hall of Fame, and like they talked about it tonight, but they didn't really go over all of that. They just kind of said, "Yeah, remember the NWO, Chicago Bulls, blah 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 blah." It really did move the needle having him on there. He was a popular entity just in NBA and outside of it back at the time. So rightfully deserved. My opinion on it is, why the fuck is Cyndi Lauper not in yet? Like, arguably, she was part of one of the biggest booms. It's not the biggest boom in wrestling. Obviously, so was Rodman with WCW. But how do you not have Cyndi for the golden era not already in this bitch? That's who I think should have gone in.
There's a ton of people that should be in that's not in.
True.
So, but yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I was just surprised that he was in it. I mean, not that he don't deserve it. He done big things for WCW when he was there, but I was surprised that he was the next one introduced, like the celebrity side.
I feel like we're only going to probably get one more person announced, and I don't know if it'll be like a Warrior Award. I don't think we had one last year, but it'll be. I think we'll just get one more because I think they're not really stacking. And plus, with it being an hour after SmackDown, or like whatever it is, it's like it's Friday night after SmackDown at some point. It's gonna be late again, and we saw last year there was shots in the crowd of Booker T with his eyes closed, and a few other people that kind of look like they might be super tired, and their eyes look like to be droopy, and so obviously they're not gonna stack it with all these people, and they're probably gonna tell
Mhm.
everyone speeches to 10 or whatever their limit is. Speeches to, I'm assuming that'd probably be the limit, 10 minutes, maybe even 5, but I think they'd probably at least give them 10. Um, Unless you're the main event person, Stephanie. Yeah, she'll get the Triple H treatment. Yeah, go all night.
God,
Um, which was a great speech, by the way. It just was long.
it was long. My
Uh,
thing is, it starts at 12 here on the East Coast. I'm probably, I know we'll be probably doing the podcast that night, but I probably
Maybe.
won't be. I probably won't
I wouldn't hate if
watch.
we waited until either the next morning or like just to do it all as one big podcast. But I would. It would be better to do it since it'd be fresh to try to get it in.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll figure it out at the time. We'll see how it works.
but
But
yeah,
yeah, so yeah, I'd rather. I mean, yeah, there's so many other names that haven't got in yet, So, but he's one that I thought could have waited more.
yeah, I agree.
So let's talk SmackDown tonight. So we just got done with that, and I told you when we first joined the call, I was like, it was a show, and not in like a
Yeah,
hey, that was a show. It was a show.
not as in the good show, I guess, kind of feel, but like it was TV. Like it built stuff, but
You said it way
it,
better than me. That it was TV.
I just I don't know. We started off chaotic, which we'll talk about, but then like
It
I think
had good moments, but
yes,
they were few and far in between from each other.
yeah, too far at times. But I understand they're building a lot and they're trying to not rush it, but then they add in so much odd filler.
I will say I was not hyped for Jelly and Kit, and that was probably one of the more fun segments of the show.
That was a good like comedy segment. I
They
think
delivered everything very well, and it popped me every time. So, and I'm
yeah,
immature at the same time. So,
I enjoyed it.
yeah, I just love that Jelly immediately went to the Yo Mama jokes because Kit obviously had the the Ozempic joke, the little wheelie, like
Mhm,
you lost your weight now you can see your willy, all that
yeah,
shit, the classics. But then he went straight to the classics too, that's why they're the classics. If you deliver them right, they're funny.
they're
And
good. Yeah,
they both delivered them very well. The whole crowd popped to them all. The crowd wasn't that great tonight either. I felt like they weren't the best. They weren't the worst either. Like they popped when necessary. But I feel like this one was definitely based off the show they received.
yeah, yeah. Because I've been in a Raleigh crowd before, and it can be loud. And then if the show's not there, I feel like it gets the noise it got, and that's what we've seen.
Yeah. So Jellycat was good. I enjoyed that segment. The whole Jacob and Drew stuff. I actually really enjoyed basically all of that. Like it started like you said, K-Doc. So it started with like just who was it? It was in the parking lot. Like it was like someone was walking in. I forgot who was walking in.
Jelly Roll was getting out of his truck, and you
It was
just see
Jelly. There you go.
security running
Yeah,
by.
they all start running by him and his entourage or whoever was with Jelly, and they're just like, and then the camera eventually follows like all the security. And it's Drew, and he's fucking. We missed what happened to the windshield. He busted it. It broke somehow. But what they did is they had Drew immediately once the camera was on him, just rip it off the fucking car. Jacob has already had like a cut, so he had like a little bit of blood on his cheek or whatever, and just started beating the shit out of him on this car. Eventually, they separate them. Drew comes out to the ring and he's talking shit. They were supposed to have a match tonight, which obviously is now off the table because of all this. Eventually, that's when we see all this come out with security. But then, fucking, here it comes. Oh no, actually, Jacob comes out and security's trying to hold him back. And then
Mhm.
that's when they start brawling again. But it was a really good chaotic start to that match. Like, not even match, but to the show.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's going to continue to build the feud, which we've seen happen throughout. But for this to truly get, I think the ending it needs at WrestleMania. I don't think this needs to end on a SmackDown. Before WrestleMania, this could be where we get the first ever stipulation, like again, because I think the last one might have been 39. Was the Hell in the Cell?
Yeah.
Maybe So we could get another Hell in a Cell match, or you could see 2 out of 3 falls. Something has to give us a solidified winner between these two.
My proposal to my chat when they were talking about like this has to have a stip. A lot of them said Hell in a Cell when I was like that would be fire, but I would want a return of something that we haven't seen, and I couldn't tell you when, but a very long time. And that would be a First Blood match. Oh, did your PC do it again? I thought you fixed your PC.
Is it him? I don't
Wait,
even hear. I
wait,
think he.
what?
Ah, ah, ah! You
Dude,
froze.
you froze.
Hey, I don't know.
That was weird. Okay, because on my end, you froze, and then all of a sudden the audio came back, and like it was you talking, but like the audio was sped up trying to catch up to like current
Yeah,
you.
I don't know. Like
I was like,
you
no, dude. I was
froze.
like, I thought he fixed his PC again.
It is, yeah. It's fixed. It got thermal paste and a good cleaning and all types of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. On my end, everything else was good too. So because I had moved my
Yeah,
mouse, and I don't know, weird.
my internet was working. I don't know. I,
I blame Discord. Okay, anyways, um, shit, I even forgot where I was left off at. Honestly.
Hell in a Cell stipulation.
Oh, thank you. So yes, my in the cloud ass. Okay, so I agree. I would love for a Hell in a Cell, which is because it'd be fire. But my proposal is with a match we haven't seen in forever. Like I couldn't tell you how long, like years and years. But it'd be a First Blood match,
That would work.
or like you said, 2 out of 3, and then do First Blood for one.
Hmm.
Normal First Blood, and then Hell in a Cell. That'd be fucking fire. But I don't think they'll do a First Blood, even though they do blood now and again. I don't think they'll do a match where the ending has to have blood.
Yeah, they've been doing blood a lot recently. Like,
Oh, I mean, well, Cody, yeah, that's the only last one I can really remember. I mean, Jacob had that like cut on his cheek, but nothing too crazy.
yeah, and I think that's why I took Ilya off TV. He just kept taking too many damn elbows to the forehead, getting busted open every time he did a match.
I think he just has so much scar tissue. It's just one of those things that he's been cut open so much that he just scar tissue is easy to cut open.
Yeah, because even tonight, I think he busted his lip. I mean, I know it's his lip, but he was still
Probably.
bleeding enough.
That was the best match of the show, and it felt still like it needed more time.
Yeah, I agree. And it ended clean. Like there was no. That was maybe the
It was a
only match
roll
that didn't
up,
have any.
but
Yeah, but
yeah,
interference shenanigan wise, that was I
yeah.
think the only
I
match.
would still argue it wasn't a definitive ending, and that was the whole point. Is they didn't want to have Ilya
Hmm.
lose necessarily clean. Oh, he ate a clean, fucking
Yeah,
whatever, first 48 or Mellow Don't Miss or whatever the fuck, I forget the name of that one. But yeah. So arguably every match ended not clean tonight, like overly
yeah,
clean.
yeah. Because I think every match, looking back at the card, had somebody somewhere cost somebody the match.
So let's talk about the first match of the night now. Damien and Truth versus Tama and JC. It was advertised as solo, but I guess it was changed to JC. And of course, he's a leader anyways. So it was an okay match. Of course, they had, of course, the MFT have the lantern. So
Hmm.
they've had that feud going on for a while now. And it's obviously going to accumulate at Mania for the damn lantern. But MFT solo and everyone started getting involved in the match, which led to the Wyatts. Like the little thing came up on the screen, and then they started coming out without. First, it was everyone but Uncle Howdy, and they weren't wearing their masks. It was just like everyone without their masks, and they ran off the rest of the MFT. Solo was there by himself, except for JC and Tama. And then, of course, Uncle Howdy came out, Mandible Claw, and took him out, and it led to Damien and Truth winning. So they brought it up on commentary 3 matches in to their run as tag team, and they did this in a similar way with Bailey Lyra last year. They ran that gauntlet in their first time teaming and won it.
Hmm.
And here they kind of did the same. Well, they didn't run the gauntlet, but they had them win the gauntlet a couple weeks ago. I don't know if they had the match last Friday because I didn't watch. And then tonight they get the tag titles.
Yeah, yeah. So last week they fought Los Garza again because Los Garza was like, "We did all the work and y'all came in last," and so yeah, that match was last week.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just not a fan of it because like you have like MCMG, you have, and they're obviously, they have stuff going on with MCMG. They're obviously about to turn heel. Like we'll talk about that. You got Fraxium. You know, you have Street Profits who aren't being used currently. Um, like fuck. Remember, like a year ago, SummerSlam last year, we had the fucking ladder match, TLC, and now
We can barely have a tag match. I
like
mean,
I'm not the biggest fan of MFT. Wyatt Six feel boring right now to
yeah.
me, at least. It just the Lantern story is just not clicking, and they're off and on again. I mean, obviously, Bo is dealing with IRL stuff, but I just don't understand why they kept the rest of the group backstage the whole time. Like they would just appear in random backstage segments and not really doing much during that time. So it is frustrating. So the tag division just the stays in. So I'm not a big fan of this, but I mean, and especially Damien, like he was former world champion, and that's fine going back into a different mid card, but like to be in this gimmicky, and he has the history. I get all the reasoning why they're doing this. Like it makes so much sense to me why they're doing this. It doesn't mean I like it.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like this is the one aspect that they've dropped the ball on. But on the flip side of it, they have put all the tag team focus on the women's division, which I am okay with.
Yeah,
So,
and that's what it feels
uh,
like. That feels like they book per division. Like this month,
yes.
this next couple months, we're gonna book for this division and make that one really good. These ones will just, yeah, be funny. Let's put these two together. Let's just do that. Like, you know
And
what I mean? And it does like Becky when she had the IC title. That's been feeling like really important. And then now with her and AJ's been going for a while. And then like the women's US titles like doesn't feel anywhere near like what the women's IC title feels like right now. Um,
yeah,
which that title has yet to even be on a PLE since its inception. The women's US title, like, be defended on one.
yeah. And I think a lot of the issue is outside of it. There's a lot of these tag teams having personal things going on that's kind of pulling them away. Like we know Bianca, her hand, and I think Montez is, spending time with her, making sure she gets back ready. Which Dawkins may have something going on while we ain't seen
Well, he just
him.
announced that they're expecting a third baby, but I mean, it's probably just barely a month, if not a few months in. So, rumors that I've seen have just been that WWE haven't had anything for them right now. So but the thing just came out like the other day saying that they're creatively working on bringing them back right now.
I don't know who's covering creative now since old Road Dogg's gone, but hopefully they can speed that pencil up and get them back in.
I feel like Mania is just gonna be all type of multi-man matches in the mid card.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ton of either triple threats, fatal four ways, or ladder matches.
Yeah, it's just gonna be multi-man, with stipulations to them. They're all gonna be all the tag titles, like the women's tag titles for sure. It always is, anyways.
Mhm.
Definitely. The only one that won't be is AJ Becky, and then the main titles.
AJ Becky won't be.
I'm sure Penta will defend in some crazy ass match with multiple people.
Yeah, Penta will. I
Mello, I
don't
have
think.
no idea. They'll probably just have him do the WrestleMania SmackDown title open challenge.
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have Danhausen win one of these titles. That'd be crazy.
Oh no! Don't give him any ideas. I love Danhausen, but please no. I mean, might as well, but I
Danhausen,
mean, no.
Danhausen will fight Miz at
Bring back the
WrestleMania.
speed title and just have him say he's a champion to that and never defend it. Or not the speed title, the 24/7.
Oh, good luck. Then R-Truth will be the 50,
No, just
55th
have him
time.
claim that it's his and he found it in the garbage or something, and just have him never defend it. And he just hold on to it forever. Okay, good, wonderful. I love Danhausen,
Yeah,
but do not put a title on him.
no. They'll have him a match, but not a title.
Yeah, give him the speed. Put him in actually. Give him a speed title for all I care, or if any title. Like, give him a title that doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Just resurrect a dead title, but in the sense of he'll never defend it. Like, that'd be a hilarious gimmick. Ooh, I'm this champion. Oh, who'd you beat? I found it. It's mine. Like,
That would
so then
work.
you're not the
Yeah.
champion. I am. I found it. Well, you have to defend it. No. And then he just
That
becomes
would
the champion
actually
forever.
work.
And
Yeah.
and they'll even try to send him up in matches, and he just does the light thing, and he just runs away.
Like tonight.
I mean, not every time. You can always switch it up to different things, but I don't know. You don't have to do that either. I just don't think he needs any type of title.
No, I just know how sometimes WWE will throw people in matches and then like to do the shock and
Watch her
surprise.
win Money in the Bank.
Oh my god. A coast Money in the Bank
He'll come out like
briefcase.
Brock Lesnar last minute and just curse whoever's on top of the ladder while everyone's down, and then they'll like get the
They'll
briefcase, but
fall.
like drop it into his hands. Like they'll never actually touch
Yeah.
it. They'll just, like get it off the hook, but it never touches their hands, and it falls into his hands. He's like, ah. I'm giving them the worst ideas. Please do not do any of this. I know you don't even watch this shitty little podcast, but please don't.
Oh, and it's gonna be in New Orleans. That's even better because of course,
Just have him come
New
out and
Orleans,
giving everyone
the home of
beads.
voodoo.
But you can't have the women do the thing. Anyways, that's not the point. Moving on. Anyways, WWE feels this silly. That's why we're booking it in our heads as this silly right now. Yeah. So R-Truth, Damien. Yeah.
Not a bad.
I really don't care about that. Who else did we get? Oh yeah, so we saw Candice backstage with Johnny laying on the crate again. And then we saw MCMG, they were just walking by. Alex Shelley goes to stop to talk, but of course Sabin, who was already mad that he was getting involved with that, gets like, come on, and gets him to follow and just kind of move along. Which eventually led to, during their match, MCMG winning against Fraxium. I was really expecting more in this match, first and foremost, before I get to the end. It really felt like a WWE match. Like, if this match was on NXT, or and obviously outside the company, this would have felt like a fucking insane matchup. And I'm not saying it had to be a 5-star knock 'em down, drag 'em SmackDown match, because I get what WWE does. They're not trying to do AEW and always put on just great matches all the time, on every single week. But damn, did this not feel like this? Did not feel like an MCMG versus Fraxium match. What it had its moments where they did like the cool dives on the outside a couple times, but really did not feel. And the whole story right now is they're obviously turning, MCMG heel here. They're trying to get them more on a serious side. It feels like,
Mhm.
and that's what Saban's trying to get Shelley to do, to focus in, and that's why Saban was okay with what Candice did, because he's just trying to get the wins and get back up to the top right now. That's what Saban's focused on, obviously, and Shelley's being compassionate and worried about his longtime friend. And it's making Saban think he's not even focused on the team because he's worried about someone that's not part of their team. So I see a lot of people speculating that it's going to lead to like Johnny joining MCMG. I think they'll team up in some way, but I don't think it'll be him joining the group. It's definitely them turning heel, because Johnny's been heel since Ciampa's basically left. Or he was heel before he left, but he's just in a depression arc. So once they get heel, he's going to feel whole again.
Yeah, he'll have another heel group that he can be with, which makes sense.
Yeah, like I don't know if they'll fully be like a faction. I kind of hope not. I really don't think that needs to be the case, but I could see them doing that. I just don't think it needs to happen.
I feel like the match. So, like you said, it just didn't feel like a Fraxium Motor City Machine Gun match. Um, we've watched NXT and we've seen what Fraxium can do on NXT. Very fast paced, outrun you, hit you with all the flying moves, and I don't feel like we got a second gear with Fraxium tonight.
No, or
Um,
MCMG.
like
It
and we
felt
ain't
like
seen
such a basic WWE
MCMG.
match.
Yeah, we ain't seen him in I think that this is the second week they've been back in action in the last month. They've had a lot of backstage
Yeah,
stuff going on,
yeah.
but they were unfortunately in catering, just hanging out with nothing to do. And
I'm sure they
so,
had some main event matches or something.
yeah, probably against Roy Skis or some shit. I don't know. I feel like they're just stuck
Troy
right
Skis,
now.
yeah, I even forgot he signed. Not gonna lie.
Like, I don't know. I hate to talk so bad about it because I know they're trying to build this storyline where, like you said, they turn heel, but I feel like they're just. It's not like they're forcing it. It's just I don't know. There's something missing. I can't figure it out.
They don't feel like
I
Fraxium. They don't feel like MCMG.
I mean that is true, yes, but
But it was an okay match for what it was, but it just definitely didn't feel like the match I expected, which is fair. That's not always going to be what you expect, but like, man, was that not an MCMG? That did not feel like I was watching Motor City versus Fraxium.
no.
What else did we get tonight? We had Alistair and Sammy. It was an okay match. Short. Ends with Sammy. They were outside with Alistair and Sammy. I forgot what he said to Trick, but Trick was just, came out at the beginning of the match and he was just sitting ringside. He actually wasn't even getting involved. He had like a drink and everything. Just sitting there. And then Sammy said something to him and it led to Trick eventually throwing his drink at him. And of course that distracted Sammy even more. And then once he got in the ring, he got Black Mass and lost. So another ending. Oh, I don't think we said on the Synergy match. Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, Candace helped them win. Anyways, yeah. So that's two for two as of this point in the show of
So,
distractions, interferences leading to the ending.
so are we getting Sammy Trick at WrestleMania? Is this what this is building?
I don't think so. I think it'll build to, unless those rumors are true that they want to do 16 matches for across both nights, which would just be 8, which is not even far off from what they already do. They usually do 6 and 7 one night and the other. So it's just adding like 2 or 3 more matches, which is fine. But I really don't see them doing that. I think this would be on either they'll be in the Andre or they'll have like a SmackDown match.
The SmackDown before.
Yeah.
I
feel like
don't
a
know.
lot of the stuff they're presenting right now is going to end up on there.
I don't know how you leave Trick off of WrestleMania. The man
Not
is
the
so
first time
over
we've said
right
that
now.
about someone. We've said that about so many people. We said that about Bobby that one year when he won the Andre. Like they just had him come out on stage and go, "Rrr." That was the year I was there. It was my first Mania. I was at live. We've done it to so many other people. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's been a few others that were like, why is he not doing anything? Or LA Knight was one year. I think it was that year at 39. He didn't do shit.
LA Knight will be this year too.
I think he'll end up being like in some fucking match. I don't know if it's gonna be at Mania, but I think that he'll be doing something with the Vision.
Fighting Paul Heyman. So I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like I don't. I feel like they can't leave Trick off the card, and I think that sets up possibly a U.S. match, U.S. title match with Trick or Sammy, or it could
That'd
be
be
a
cool.
triple threat, fatal 4-way, something.
I miss the WrestleMania being the showcase of immortals. And I'm not just saying them saying that. What I mean is when it felt like that was when it felt like your top wrestlers in their top feuds in the biggest matches at Mania. Now it feels like, hey, we need to get all these guys in that we signed big contracts to because we made promises and we're just giving them what we got because we have such a big roster. Here you are. That doesn't feel like the showcase of immortals a lot of the time. Like I was at WrestleMania 40 as well, and the Logan KO Randy match, I believe that was what it was.
Yeah.
Well, it was fine. I had very little interest. Same with, even though they did a pretty solid build to LA and AJ, I wasn't that into it live. Like, it's just sometimes it just feels like matches are on there that aren't WrestleMania level.
And then you get matches that are on there that could be WrestleMania level and don't deliver.
I mean, sometimes. But overall, yeah, that's just the way I'm feeling going into this Mania.
I think a lot of people feel that way, and I could be wrong. There could be a whole section of people that does not feel this way, and that's completely fine. I don't know. I feel like this is I guess the low end of WrestleMania that we've had.
Yeah. And then Randy's promo was good after the tag match. It was before the Alistair Sammy match. He came out. He had the chair, So obviously, when he used the chair last week to beat to Cody, so we had that with him. Then he puts it down in the ring like to sit, and he sits for a second. Then he immediately gets up and just throws the chair. I was like, ha. But he just cut a promo saying, people cheer him. He's been there for so long. That's why they cheer for him. People look up to him. Kids, tell him. I forgot exactly what he said about the kid, but he just brought up like how the fans treat him and how everyone treats him and treats him like a legend that he is, and then just says that but what defines my legacy? It's not what the fans show to me. It's titles. It's championships.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong, that's competitiveness. So he's focused on winning that title, obviously, from Cody, which I think would put him at what, 15 time champ?
Yeah.
So that's very fair. It wasn't really a heel promo. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Like, he wasn't like, Cody pissed me off. He did this, this, and this, but he turned out to be this. Like, you know what I mean? And I get maybe they might be building to that because they also had him later on backstage on the phone again, like they did on Monday. And we still don't know who he's talking to. And my best guess at this point is KO. But if I think it's KO, then I'm thinking he's going to feel the same way KO did last year in the same type of scenario.
Yeah.
But he's
I
not
haven't
acting
even
that
thought about
way with
KO.
that promo. That's the only one that makes sense to me because KO did the same thing last year.
Yeah.
Like,
KO
I've seen people
makes sense.
speculate Charlotte, which obviously makes no sense now tonight because Charlotte
No.
got fucked up right before Randy was on the phone. And then that was, I think, more of a meme one. But then I've seen people also saying it was Shane. I'm like, why?
No.
And then I've seen people say after the DiBiase trial today, he came back verdict. They're like, it's DiBiase Jr. I'm like, oh.
I've seen that. Now, I will say in his promo,
He
I
did say
don't know how
legacy
he said
at one point.
legacy a ton, at least 2 or 3 times, and like the way he said it, it was
It's not
more
gonna
like
be
it was.
Ted. No one's gonna. He's gonna get the fucking Grandmaster sexy reaction from like 2011, where it's just nothing. That's a lie. He'll get a tiny pop, but still.
But if it is Ted, that would be. I mean, it would be interesting because of the legacy tie,
I would
but I
not
don't think
care.
that's it. I think it's.
Ted
I
never
think
moved my needle. Giggity.
it could possibly be Flair, like Rick, because
That
Rick's
would
the one
make
that.
sense. Yeah, more than Charlotte for
It,
sure.
it could be his own. It could be his dad. We ain't seen his dad in
That.
forever.
Yeah, I guess so. That would make sense too. But I feel like with his dad would get lesser pop nowadays for sure. In like the
Probably would.
2000s. I'm not saying I love Cowboy Bob Jr., but that's what I think. I
Could
don't
be
know.
the
Overall, the
both
promo
way.
was solid. It was like 5 minutes or so. It was half of him talking just about the fans and stuff like that. Oh, he said like, he loves when he signs kids' happy birthday signs and shit like that. Tells them happy birthday. So it was like nothing. But then it was weird. He basically, it's like he was kind of showing remorse almost, like the way he was kind of talking about it. Because then later on backstage, he's walking and there's Los Garza and they like look at him like in Phoenix and they're like, what the, all side eyeing. Then he walks up and there's Cardona and Apollo, and Apollo starts to walk, and then Randy's like, well, you got something to say, just say it. And Cardona explains, this isn't you, and I know you, blah 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 blah, and all this bullshit. And of course Randy's like, okay, Then he fucking hits him with the elbow and whatever, knocks him down and shit. Actually, before that, he fucking said some crazy shit. He said that. What did he say? Let me see if I can find it here because it actually popped me pretty good. I should have wrote it down because actually someone told me, oh, it was Sarah, my fiance. She said this green screen account I follow on Twitter made it into a green screen thing where you could like use it in your green screens. But he says, okay, yeah. He said, Mark ass stooge, indie nerd. Dude, that popped me so fucking hard when he called him a Mark ass stooge. I was like, holy shit. I was like, is he really pissed?
Yeah.
Like the fact they called him a stooge, like the Mark part, I mean, yeah, you don't really hear that too much lately, so that's kind of like, oh. But when he said stooge, I was like, ooh, he really went there. Not just the
Yeah.
Mark ass part. And then the fucking indie nerd was great too. You could tell he wanted to say fucking indie nerd, but he goes, indie nerd.
Yeah.
He hesitated.
He wanted to lay in, but it's good. Like this side of Andy is probably the best side of Andy we ever get. Like his heel side is, I think, his best work. He's good at being a face, but when
Yeah.
he's a heel, he is phenomenal at
I really
character work.
hope that this leads, and he doesn't even have to land it, but I really hope this builds up to him attempting to bring the pump back again.
God,
So
I
like,
know it sounds crazy,
I saw people
yeah.
in my chat tonight. They're like, "Oh, he's getting ready to punt. He's gonna punt Matt. He's gonna punt Matt." And then Sarah, my fiance, brought it up. She's like, "Why would they waste it on Matt? Save that for Cody. Even just the tease." I was like, "Ooh, that'd probably be the way better idea." And then and maybe he can land it on like a security guard, like on the last Raw or SmackDown before, just to kind of like, I'm gonna fucking do it tomorrow or whatever, whenever their match is before the show. So that would be dope as fuck. I think that they should go that route. But I definitely, and again, obviously, it's a dangerous fucking, like, if you go back, I think I might have brought this up to you once. If you go back and watch the punt on John Cena's dad, he legit knocks his dad out. It's a legit KO. Like, he does the whole finger thing and he's all was like, oh fuck, I never knew that. Like I never realized
It
when I
was,
was younger that he really fucking kicked him and knocked him out. Um, but yeah, so obviously it's a move that can go wrong like that pretty easily if you misplace, just one little inch off. So I don't know if it'll fully land ever again, but they've teased it like a few years ago too, him bringing it back, and it never really connected. It always missed, or he never got to fully get it because they'd stop him. So I'd love if they, he at least attempted it at Mania a few times, never really gets it, or whatever. Maybe he does, but I really hope that at
yeah.
least that form of Orton comes back.
Yeah, the last time we seen the punt was when they were doing the memes about him. Everyone he punted ended up in AEW. It's like Christian ended up over
Big
there.
Show.
Rick, Big Show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those three.
so
Yeah.
that was during the pandemic. So he can do it. I just
Well,
we ain't
that
seen it in so
was
long.
they were able to do a lot of camera tomfoolery because they had the no crowds at the time, so it made it a lot easier to do their stupid little cuts too at the time of Kevin Dunn to really hide
Yeah,
it more, which was great. That made it, and then they just and then it was cinematic stylish. Even the vignettes at the time were kind of more cinematic, just to kind of hide those things. Like it makes me think of even like when they did I forgot what they called it, but it was basically an inferno match between Bray and Randy, and they had like
yeah,
there's times where people went like into the crowd area during the Thunderdome, and they would fucking like the camera angle would be like down, so when they fall, you never saw what they fell on. Um. Anyways, yeah, so they could do something like that. I feel like for sure.
yeah. I don't know why I want to see the punt so bad, but I think it was just like a
It'll just give
statement
that.
to his heel.
It'll give that level of that. Like this is the Randy we're getting, not like
Yeah,
some watered down version. That would really indicate, even if it never lands, at least him attempting it just shows the sadistic side, and that's something that he did that was really sadistic. You know.
yeah, it was because he was. I mean, he was Pat McAfee kicking punts upright. I mean, it was it was crazy. If you've never seen like the '09 Randy and him punting people,
Just
think
look
he
up
done
the
it like
John Cena
yeah,
Senior one. That's all you gotta look at.
yeah,
That's legit the one that knocked someone out clean, like a legit KO.
yeah. It's good. It's great stuff.
Talked about Carmelo Ilya. That was a pretty solid match. It's the only one that didn't end in anything, but it was a roll up. With
Hmm.
Carmelo retaining. We did see a backstage segment with Jelly Roll and Randy. I really thought Randy was gonna RKO him. Jelly was like, "Of course, I'm not gonna judge you. People judge me for my mistakes in my past." Basically, convincing Randy to apologize he apologize to Cody, and he was like, "Oh, you're right, but I don't know where to begin." Blah 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 blah. He's like, "You gotta start with Matt. You gotta apologize to Matt. That's where you start. Just start there." And so Randy eventually at the end of we'll just skip to this real quick. It goes
Oh, he
to the end out.
apologized. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out at the end of the show after the women's tag match, which we'll talk about here too. And came out and asked Matt to come out. Matt comes out and he immediately apologizes, like does it, and he like forces a handshake. Like Matt's hand was at his side, like he put his hand out and immediately just grabbed Matt's hand himself and lifted it up and started shaking it and pulled himself in, and he was like hugging each other, and he's like, "I'm sorry," and you could hear it, like there was no mics, but you could hear it pick up, like, "I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Are we good? Are we good?" And then he goes to like dap him up and hug him again, and fucking daps him up, blow right to the fucking cock. And then of course he starts beating him up. And I have one gripe on this segment because I loved it. One gripe, and it was the security was ass. Like I get it's a whole segment, and that was the point with like them to be like not be able to break it up. But like it felt like they didn't even attempt to. So if you go back and watch it, when they start having everyone come out, all security does, it was like of course when he cleared the table and he was trying to put the chair or the stairs up on the table and do what he did to Cody to Matt. Security, all they do, they come out and they go never, and then they do that the whole time because then eventually it works for some reason for a little bit, and then they're going down that, and it was after he did the chair in the ring. He got him back in the ring and he hit him with the chair or whatever, or put around his leg or whatever the fuck it was, his arm. Did that, and then they get him out of the ring, and they still never touched him because it was Randy basically leaving on his own. And security, while he's at the ramp, because you even hear Nick's like, "Don't touch him, don't touch him." And I'm like, "Don't touch a guy who just fucking tried to break someone's fucking leg, arm." I forgot what it was. I was like, "Are you kidding me? What is this security job?" I was like, "If all you have to do is fucking hire me." Like, I get it's a TV show. Like, this is all TV and acting. I get all that. But come on, if you're acting, make it more believable. I know, like, a lot of the time the wrestlers will just RKO and beat the shit, but, like, for real, like, that was my only complaint about that segment. Everything else was great.
I mean, most of the security guards do really good at holding them back.
Well, I'm sure they
But I
told him
will
that this
say,
segment you're not gonna physically remove him. We're just gonna
don't touch him. Just hit him with the. Yeah.
cursed. You know.
But yeah, I mean, it was it was good that we got the trickery in Randy. So we're I don't know how many more people he's going to take out in between now and WrestleMania, but
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm down for it though. I'm really excited to see where it goes. I feel like next Friday he might take out Jelly. We'll see.
yeah, I can see that. He's going to interrupt him and Kit's match, by God.
Or he'll ask him to come out with him because he teamed with him.
Yeah, and then Jelly will win, and then he'll get RKO'd. Chaos.
Yeah, that'd be cool as fuck, honestly. um, shit. Oh, you know what? I had talked about the segment, but I didn't bring up one part about it. It was when I was saying we saw Johnny on the crate and whatnot, and that's when Alex Shelley and Christina walked by and all that.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
talk about right before that. Danhausen appeared, and he was like, she's like, I think he's cursed, and he's like, oh, cursed. And then she's like, can you do anything? Can you uncurse him? And she's like, he goes, do you got $20 American or 20 human dollars or whatever he said?
Yeah.
And so she gives him, she checks Johnny's code. 20, here. And he goes, perfect. And then the camera zooms in on him. He's like, okay, we're gonna get you better, Johnny, or whatever she told him. Camera unzooms and he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
And that's when you see MCMG are getting closer to them. And what's even better is once they like turn the corner because they're coming to the ring, you see Danhausen running with the money. Oh, dude, it's so funny.
And he even had another segment too backstage with the Miz.
With the Miz and Kit,
because he was talking to him about the curse and all this, and the ladder falls, and Miz looks at it.
It like misses him, like because I think he like stepped forward and then the ladder fell the first time and it missed. It fell like in boxes or something. And then I forgot. I think him and Kit. He told Kit one more thing, and then Kit like went to go do his segment, and then he started saying one more thing, and then the ladder fell right on him.
Yeah. So at some point, Miz is gonna give in to Danhausen.
Yeah, for sure. The Jelly, we were talking about Jelly and Kid. That was a fun segment. Taught me. What else did we not talk about?
The tag team main event.
Yeah, okay, I was just making sure we didn't miss anything else. So at this point, we had 2 out of 3 matches that ended in. I'm sorry, we had 3 out of 4 at this point. And in shenanigans. No, I'm miscounting. How many matches do we have tonight? 4?
Yeah.
Alistair, Sammy, men's tag, MCMG,
women's tag.
Yeah, okay.
Carmelo.
So 5. Yeah, so 4 out of the 5. So yeah, anyways, point being, this match, our last match of the night, ended when Nia went and grabbed a title, and she went to go hit, I forgot who it was, of the Bellas on the outside. And Charlotte and Bliss had came out at the beginning of the match, and they ended up sitting by commentary. And when she went to go hit Brie, which was by them, Charlotte immediately went and grabbed the title out of her hands, and that's when they started brawling, basically. And so, yeah, fun.
This match did not get enough time. I understand what we did at the end of the show is why it didn't, but this, I don't feel like the Bellas got out the gate. I don't feel like Lash or Nia got out the gate in this match because they did not give them enough time. You could have made this match start sooner throughout the card, not had as much backstage filler.
Well, they had some really good vignettes for both Lash and Nia and the Bellas.
They did, but I just feel like they both deserved more time on TV.
Want to know how much of this SmackDown I didn't care for? I forgot to record a lot of it. So like I didn't capture my main event reaction. I didn't capture the Randy ending segment. Like, and that was good. I just like was so zoned out already at that point that I just didn't even think of hitting the button to record. Because the way I do is I have like a button that like, okay, start and stop, and I could just start it on my Stream Deck, and then it saves the video, and I could just put it in my editor, trim it, and then really quickly on my PC. But tonight, I was so uncompelled to even think about that I, towards the end of the show, and plus 3 hours in, I felt all 3 hours tonight.
I
Yeah,
understand.
a show to me. Besides the Randy stuff, besides the Jacob Drew stuff, besides Ilya Mello, and a few other little minor things.
You
Show
know,
miss.
yeah, unfortunately. The one thing that I was surprised about, and it wasn't even like it was when they were recapping last week's show with the Randy part.
Yeah,
Like, of course, they were showing all the
you were on
people that
there.
reacted to it. Yeah, I was surprised they what part they used for my segment. I
I'm not
guess
gonna
that
lie, I don't remember seeing you on it on Monday. I must have
I
talked over that.
wasn't. No, I wasn't
That's what I was
because
thinking. I didn't want to be
they put.
rude and be like, "Oh, I didn't." But I thought you weren't on there because I remember I posted my reaction to that because I remember when I was watching it, I that Mike Tyson. I always forget how to say his name properly. I think he's really
Yeah.
good, like a great content creator, great reactor. He's someone that I really like to like. One of the few people that like comes up on my FYP that I'll always stop and watch. Like there's like I'll
Mhm.
see like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'll see other people that I follow mutuals, but like I don't know what it is. His content, he always hooks me.
I will say there's something about his content that when it does pop up on my side, I watch it because like what he's doing, even with his stream deck, like is like he knows the perfect way to hit stuff to make the
Yeah.
audio effects come in the way it lines up. And it his like energy the whole time, even if it's I guess a bad show, his
I've never
energy
even
is
watched a stream,
always
but his
there.
clips always hook me. But anyways, so like I remember recording that or reacting to that on Monday, like posting it, and I didn't remember seeing you in there. And then when today I was like I saw it and I was like Kraken, and
Yeah.
then I was like,
So
wait, in my head I was like, wait, he wasn't on there on Monday, was he? Am I a dick and
I
missed it?
So, of course, I don't know where it was tonight, but Wheezy was on there. It doesn't have to be this way,
Yeah,
that she
yeah, I
had
remember
hers,
seeing hers on
and
Monday.
then
Yeah,
I hear myself talking about he beat him out of his damn shoes, and I was like, wait a second, this is
yeah,
this is added in. I was like, okay, so they took that part, but yeah, I was surprised that they edited it to add that in.
yeah. They must have seen it and were like, shit, I forgot to put that one in. I don't know. But yeah, no, that was cool as fuck to see you on there, man. Hell yeah.
I was honestly surprised, but I think that was like them building up the Randy stuff the way they have been has been the best part of the show overall.
And I've not hated the Drew and Jacob stuff. I mean, I missed last Friday, but tonight I really enjoyed the Drew Jacob stuff.
Oh yeah, we forgot about the WWE 2K26 moment where they were fighting on the scaffolding that no one could break the gate to.
Yeah, no, I was definitely on the way to that. So, that was stupid. I really didn't care for that segment. That's what I brought up earlier when I was talking about like they do the angles that like back in the
Ah yeah.
um pandemic era. So that was basically what they did tonight. They did the shot of them on the little whatever that was scaffolding, we're by a
Ah,
building thing, whatever the fuck that was. And they hitting each other out in, and they fall into we don't even know what the fuck they fell on.
they
I
should have
mean,
done like a little
ha
explosion.
the
Something.
perspective didn't to me like yeah maybe they were like 10 feet up, which is high, but like where were they land? Like give me an idea of at least what is below them before I'm like oh my god, you know what I mean? I got no
Yeah.
idea what they're jumping to. That for all I know, that could be a level up and there's grass right there. You know what I mean? And they fell 2 feet. You know what I mean? I have no fucking. Give me at least a general idea that hey, there's a fucking concrete ground right there. They didn't give me none of that. I have no idea what to think is there.
Yeah.
Like it felt like the ending of The Sopranos. Choose your own fucking ending. How did that end? They fell, but onto what? You
I don't
decide.
know where did they go?
Yeah.
They fell into a black hole. That's why nothing happened. You
Like,
couldn't
well, if
hear
that's the
nothing
case, they
break.
fell into a fucking little cushion that was 30 fucking inches below, or not even like 2 feet below them. That's 30 inches. Anyways, whatever.
Right. And you hear Nick, get this gate open, and
And you
like
don't
he
even
was
hear
talking
them like
about
land in anything.
security.
You just see them disappear. And there's like no big crash, nothing. It's like,
Yeah, you could have
okay, they
blew
disappeared.
something up. Like there was plenty of
Yeah,
ways
so
you
I
could have
mean
done
that
this.
it made me giggle. They just disappeared. Like, and I get the idea it's supposed to be them falling high up because of the angle, but it just I was like, bruh, they just where did they go?
Just
They give me no
disappeared.
idea of what they could be possibly the dangers is below them.
Yeah. Uh, oh. It
But
wasn't
yeah,
a
this
good.
was a very shit SmackDown.
I hate it was because I was hoping it'd be a good. I'm just glad I didn't take the 3.5 hour drive.
Oh, I mean, you probably would have enjoyed it live.
Probably.
Oh, excuse me. Didn't expect that yawn. Came out of nowhere. So let's talk AEW Dynamite. Fallout of Revolution. Of course, we had all the big matches that we talked about from Sunday when we did the podcast. What a rather mid Fallout show.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we started off with what was supposed to be the big return, Will Ospreay and Blake, and then I felt like that match
It was
was.
fine. It wasn't really anything outstanding, but it was fine.
I mean, they focused on his neck and being a weakness, which they're gonna do. Makes sense, just like they did with Kenny and his diverticulitis. His guts always hurt him anytime he's in a match. It's a big target. I understand that, but I just feel like Osprey came out like with a like on fire at Revolution. Like he was ready. Like damn near like was so excited about
Well, I mean,
misstep.
they should have put him
Yeah,
against like a Daniel Garcia or Wheeler Yuta, I feel like.
that would have been probably made it better. Yes.
But I mean, after match was cool. Obviously, we had him get on the mic, and he says the biggest difference between them, him and Moxley, is that he doesn't need a weapon to snap someone's neck. He can do it with his bare fucking hands. Obviously, referring to the Tiger Driver. So that was a cool line. Obviously, Moxley came out in Wheeler, which they right as the show started, announced they were in a match against Bang Bang Gang. They came out and started going at it with Ospreay. But Pac came out and beat him down. So we're obviously building to Pac and Ospreay again, which is fine by me because they've had great matches.
Mm-hmm.
But that just like that was fine. The match was okay before, but that was a cool segment. I felt. Bang Bang Gang took on the Death Riders. Obviously, Death Riders won. Nothing really stood out in this match to me. Honestly.
You know what stood out to me? They need fucking Jay White back. I like Jay White and Colton when they
Yeah, I
returned.
feel like they haven't had much of a direction without him, which is unfortunate because like they added Ace Austin, but
Yeah.
they haven't really done much.
And I think Tony Schiavone was talking about Ace Austin's legs throughout this match, which was kind of.
He does have big ass thighs. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah, yeah.
Got some
But the
cake.
way Schiavone, I can't remember how Schiavone talked about it, but yeah.
Use them legs that he has to do some acrobatic things there. It's probably
Yeah.
I'm buttoning a shirt. Ace
Yeah.
Austin with them thighs.
But yeah, it was. I don't know. Like
It
Bang
wasn't a
Bang
bad
Gang.
match, but it was just there.
Yeah, I mean, the Ace Austin. I feel like he would up a good match with Kyle Fletcher. Build him in that direction. But I don't know what you do with Juice right now. Juice and Austin. I'm confused
At least
on
have
where
him go
that
for the
goes.
tag titles or something. I don't know.
Yeah, give him the private party, treatment. Have him, go through like 2 or 3 different matches, and then have him win the tag titles. But at the end of the show, we know the direction that's going now.
Yeah. So after that we had like a promo for Darby and Gabe Kid Coffin match. Gabe was like, I'm gonna wait for you in the parking lot, bitch. And was that not a good move at all?
No. The first 5 minutes of this coffin match was phenomenal. Great.
Well, I
He
mean,
showed
yeah,
up.
it was chaos. Like he showed up in the
Showed up.
car, tried to run him over. Then he puts him, fucking gets him straight jacket. Well, he like chloroforms him, which was crazy. Like, we've seen him do that before. Like, puts a liquid on a towel, but like Gabe doesn't die. I mean, he don't really die. He just usually pass out. But like, he just was like got weekend and all days and shit.
Yeah, he was
Put him in a
indestructible.
no, he didn't put him in a straight jacket till the match. So then he puts him in the trunk of his
Yes.
car, goes and he fucking flips the car, hits. I forgot what he hits, but he flips it, ends up completely upside down. He gets out of the car. He goes to the other side. Hits the trunk button. Trunk falls, and Gabe just falls right on the trunk, which was hilarious. But dude, obviously they probably had like some stuntman and all that. Maybe not. Darby is a stuntman, but I mean, Gabe definitely wasn't in the trunk when they filmed that. But holy fuck, that's how the match started.
Yeah. Um, that was great. Like, even the next day, like my oldest son, he's a huge Darby fan. He was like, "How'd that coffin match go?" And I was like, "I'll show you the best part." He was like, how did he survive this? How did he just wreck a car and walk away? I have no idea how he just like unless he was buckled up, put on a helmet. We didn't see it until he
Right?
threw it off. But
He just
like
put on his seatbelt, son.
yeah. But I mean, my oldest son even thought it was pretty cool that that's how they started the match. So, but then you go and like the match slowed down tremendously, in my opinion.
Mm, okay, that's fair, I guess. I mean, I would respectfully disagree. I mean, it ended with fucking Gabe Kid in a straitjacket and shit.
Yeah, I mean it did, but I felt like
A lot of
the
biting.
chaos was like a ton of biting. I don't know. A
I
lot of
get what you mean. Like you felt like it probably should have been like almost a death match feeling. Like if that was what we got at the pay per view with them cuffing each other and beating the shit out of each other with different things, and it started with the car accident and everything. All we got after that was like a wrestling match. So I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. And then the dive through the middle rope is what put Gabe in the coffin. I
That was
just
sick. I actually liked
it
that
was.
because it wasn't like they did the whole I got it, or like you had to build him up to where like he kept getting out, he kept getting out. Oh, I finally got him in. It was literally like I just hit a fucking running dive on you. You fell in there so hard that the lid closed on you because you were done. That was fucking sick.
Yeah, that was great. And then there was another spot where it looked like Darby might have actually got his fingers fucking broke because Gabe like crushed it with the lid. But I don't know. I felt like car crash, wheeled him out to the ring, and then just it kind of filtered down to right there at the end.
I mean, I get it, just in the sense of like it should have been kind of like the whole time and not just been like a wrestling match after all that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought it was cool. The whole straight jacket aspect was pretty sick. I like that a lot. I don't know. I personally enjoyed it.
I mean, and after the match, we got the way they're wanting to build Darby now, which is fine too.
Wants the
Only
whole
if
title.
Gabe Kidd and the War Dogs are done with him, because if
I
not,
think that's it because they've been going at it since All In basically. Because
yeah,
Gabe was with the Death Riders helping them out at the time.
hmm it
So
was.
I'm ready for this to be over with Darby. I'm ready for him to move on.
Yeah, I agree. It has to. Like,
Well, it
if
obviously is because then we got to Andrade backstage and he was gonna do a promo, but then John
Mhm.
Cruz, better known as Serpentico when he wears the mask, he's been doing
Yeah,
the whole like I don't know lawyer or whatever the fuck he is attorney for MJF thing,
yeah,
and he showed up with a big briefcase, and Andrade was so confused, he's like, "What the fuck do I do with this?" And Don called him FaceTime. He was like, "Hey, I need you to accept this big income we're about to get from MJF. You're gonna need to take out Darby Allin for him." And I was like, "I'm not against Darby Andrade at all, because I'm actually really interested where this is gonna go. Because obviously Andrade showed reluctance because he's like, I have to work with MJF, and Don's like, I don't think he said that, but Don was like, I know you want that world title, but this is just something you're gonna have to do for me."
yeah. I think he said, "Don, tell me we're not working for MJF,"
Yeah.
and he was just like, "Hey, we just need to get rid of Darby." Okay.
So I'm definitely he's not gonna be sticking in the Callis fam overly long.
Thank God, because there's already too many people in there not doing nothing. Unfortunately, a lot of them's injured. I don't know if you read anything about Collision, but
Yeah, Josh Alexander got hurt.
God Almighty, yeah.
Yeah. So
So I mean,
him, Jake Doyle, fucking Brian Cage, Wardlow, all from the Callis fam hurt.
but a lot of the big names, except for Davis and Fletcher and Andrade. I
And
mean,
Okada and Takeshita.
yeah, well, yeah, they'll eventually. Takeshi will eventually be out, but yes,
Yeah. So yeah, that sucks for Josh, man. It's a bummer that all these injury bug all over the fucking wrestling world right now.
because
Um,
I enjoy the Josh Alexander crash outs. Like every Saturday or maybe on Wednesdays, we see him sitting in a chair backwards, looking into the camera, staring into our souls, talking about something that's going on somewhere. And behind him, you just see people getting thrown around, and the Don Callis family just taking people out.
Christy asks us in the YouTube chat, do you get Andrade versus MGF at some point? Definitely we get that at some point. That's what this whole thing's going to eventually build to for sure.
Yeah, double or nothing.
But yeah, and also Erica says that in the YouTube chat that the crowd was weak in Dynamite. They were. Fresno was not it.
It was not for Dynamite, unfortunately.
They popped for the coffin match in some of the bigger spots, but they definitely were quiet for a lot of other stuff that they could have popped for. But yeah, so the coffin match was fine, I thought. We had Speedball and Mark Davis. That was a solid match. Nothing really too crazy in it, but it was a very solid match.
Yeah.
We got a promo from MJF from after Revolution, saying he's the greatest of all time and he's Mr. Revolution. That his adrenaline is a hell of a drug, but it's worn off and he's feeling everything. He said he turned 30 and what a way to celebrate, blah, blah, blah. Nothing really. He just went to Disney World, and Alicia too actually posted photos that they actually did go to Disney World.
Yeah. And she said this doesn't count as a honeymoon. I thought that was pretty good.
Marina faced Mina since Toni got attacked. Nothing really stood out in this match either, even though it was no holds barred.
I felt like with the appearance of Rhonda on Sunday,
there was no
felt
follow
like-
up to her. Did they mention her at all?
I think the commentary might have, but
I felt like there was nothing about her. It felt like if you weren't listening to commentary, you would have missed it.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have known she was there. And then
I'm not even a big Ronda fan, but how do you not capitalize off that?
I don't know. And then on top of this, you have Mina beat.
Yes, that was confusing.
Marina.
Mina beating Marina was really interesting. She beat her with the Storm Zero. Why?
I don't, especially now when we know Tony's actually going to be out for a while. I have no idea where they're heading.
I don't either. Unless it's just going to turn her into more of a psycho. I don't know.
Yeah. What if Mina's the one that took her out?
I've seen that because the photo had like the flowers and all that. I mean, they like haven't really brought up the whole flower storyline where she kept getting all those flowers from a secret admirer.
Oh yeah, I honestly didn't think of that, but yeah.
So some are saying,
and then there was like water beside her, or what could have been like a wine bottle beside. Yeah. She brought out the wine, and okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people think Mina. What else do we got? Callis family, Okada, Rocky, and Trent face the Elite, Jack Perry, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. This was probably the best match of the card. Bucks are always killing it. But yeah, I mean, it was really at the same time like it was a good match, but nothing like too crazy in it either.
No, once again, for some reason, we did the tombstone into the biting situation.
Yeah, so it ended. That's how they won. So the Elite were all about to get triple tombstone pile drivered, and they all did the Jack Perry where he bit the cock. They bit the cock, and it led to them winning.
Yeah, they hit the super kick party, the BTE trigger, and the knee from Jack Perry.
Jack Perry, yeah. I mean, I'm fine with a little bit of foreplay, but take me out to dinner first.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know why this, like we said it at the start of the show, like this whole week felt off.
It really did. And I don't even care about like TV ratings, but one thing I saw brought up was at least today, I guess the Dynamite TV ratings from Wednesday were like really good, the best since like last year supposedly. Which cool, right on. I mean, I don't give a fuck, but it's like, oof, we got that show for the biggest TBS audience in America in almost a year. I'm sorry. That's like because we've been on a really good run too, like of Dynamite for a bit now, and that one was like, huh?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that is when we saw the Bucks get on the mic, and then Adam Copeland and Christian Cage came out, and even this segment didn't feel right. It just felt weird, felt off. I don't know.
It felt
then
like
FTR came out and they just got beat up immediately. Like, didn't do anything.
Yeah, but we're gonna get a triple threat at some point, or Cope and Christian
Well,
would
they
win
announced
at Dynasty.
Cope and Krish, yeah, Dynasty. So I think it could lead to Cope and Krish winning at Dynasty and then All In, maybe, or even before that, Double or Nothing, maybe Bucks and Krish.
And then they retain, and then FTR gets a, yeah, it'll be a triple threat and a triple threat
Maybe they'll set
LTC
up,
match.
yeah, at All In. I mean, that'll be a long build from May to August. It's like 3 months, but
They can do it.
well, what do we have in between then? What Wrestle? No, Wrestle Dreams later. So we have Double or Nothing in May.
Mm-hmm.
June. I don't know what is June this year actually, since it's a little bit different of an AEW pay-per-view schedule. I'm trying to look it up. The schedule. Okay. Do. Where the fuck did it go?
Oh my God, there's nothing right now.
I'm trying to even find it. Okay, events. Go. So we have Dynasty in April, Double or Nothing in May. Well, ticket wise, yeah, nothing's on sale. But I think we're having a few. I just forget the pay per view names that they're doing because they're obviously changing it up this year. Because All In was in July last year, so now this year it's in August. I believe Forbidden Doors afterwards. Because they've kind of
So,
shuffled around pay per view the last few years.
so looking at last year's, how they had it set up, because if you look at 26, it's kind of off because there's nothing announced. In between Dynasty and Double or Nothing, you had Spring Breakthrough, Collision, Playoff Palooza, Beach Break, Double or Nothing, and then Fighter Fest, Summer Blockbuster, Grand Slam Mexico, All In.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's a long build, and I don't know. I just hope they don't ruin it if it's gonna go that long.
Yeah, I hope not, because that is a long build. I mean, it's not. I mean, it just depends on how they play it. I don't know. I feel like All In should be good. I think we probably know the main event, but I could be wrong. I feel like it's just gonna be. I think Will wins the Owen this year.
Maybe I would hope so because it makes the most sense, but we will see. But yeah, Dynamite just I don't know. This past Wednesday just wasn't it,
Mm. At
which
least not for
sucks.
me.
Yeah, no, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Had some solid matches, but nothing really felt besides the coffin match. Like they built it up on Sunday, like, oh, we're gonna have this coffin match, we're gonna have this no holds barred, and then obviously Tony got hurt. But even then with Mina in it, just like didn't feel that crazy. And then she won for some reason, which I thought for sure, even if Tony wasn't hurt, that it was gonna be Marina. I have
And
no idea why they had fucking Mina win.
and Mina took a nasty table spot. She actually missed the whole damn table. Marina went through it as she was supposed to be delivering the move. That was bad. Not like bad as it was bad spot, but like it was a bad contact with her head on the floor.
Yeah, so I don't know. Dynamite, I don't know, 3 out of 5. I don't
Yeah.
know. I gave SmackDown a 2.5 out of 5 tonight, and someone in my chat was like, "That's even generous." I feel like
Jesus.
I'm being generous with a 3 for Dynamite, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I could say 2.5 for both. Truly,
Matches were better in Dynamite for sure, though.
they were.
I just felt like a lot
I,
of them didn't really mean anything.
yeah. I'm thinking like what we've had prior to till this Dynamite is the reason I would say that.
But yeah, I mean Raw, I couldn't tell you much besides the Punk and Roman promo happening. I honestly couldn't.
The
Oh,
Oba
Oba
becoming
Brock.
the
Yes,
champ.
let's talk about that. Dude, that crowd reaction. So I was a little annoyed at first because they obviously started the show with it. They had Seth come out, and then Paul came out, and he looked all crazy distraught. I love Paul's acting, by the way. He looked fucking played that off so good. They did the FAFO bullshit, which led to the FAF5, and out came Brock. And I was like, ugh. And not because of like, all the stuff that has been alleged of, but mainly because I'm like, we saw this. And yes, it was 10 years ago or a little under 10 years ago at Mania, like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. But man, I just have no interest in Brock Rollins right now. And I get it, or injuries derail everything. I totally understand the scenario they're in. But man, did
Mhm.
they fucking go the right direction afterwards. They had Brock come out, but immediately had Oba. You know, lights went out. Oba. They kind of changed his presentation a little bit with the entrance. They did like the doom 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 doom, and then it like paused,
Mhm.
and then it fucking fully went, which was pretty cool. But yeah, the crowd went fucking ape shit as soon as it was Oba. The Oba chants were louder than ever.
Mhm.
Um, and the pop-up powerbomb was clean. And obviously, a lot of people pointed out online. If you really pay attention after the pop-up powerbomb, you could see Brock mouth to him and tell him, "Put your foot on my chest and point to the sign," and he does. So people are like, "Shut up, Brock." Yeah, that's wrestling. Welcome to seeing them talk to each other during the match. That just happens
Yeah, like
a lot.
Brock is a veteran. He's letting the younger talent like, hey, Oba was excited in that moment. He was. I feel like he
I'm sure it
was.
was part of the script, so he was just reminding
Yeah,
him.
yeah, and like your emotions get over you, especially you don't know how the crowd's gonna react to your music hitting, and you're interrupting Seth and Brock, who are like huge in
Well, he's
wrestling
been
right
getting
now.
massive reactions even prior to that, but yeah.
And so the reaction he got from the crowd, I think it was the loudest. And even they panned back to Brock's face during Oba's entrance. And Brock is like kind of got that shocked look on his face as well, looking around the arena like, holy shit. Like, this is actually a bigger pop than what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
it was great, man. I'm so glad that they didn't do, at least seemingly are not going to be. I mean, they announced it, Oba versus Brock, but I'm glad they're not doing stuff. And obviously, though, that just means what's left for Seth. Obviously, he could take on Theory or Logan, and it seems like it could be Logan. Another match I don't care a fuck about. It happened 3 years ago at Mania for 39. So I mean, I get why. Again, I get why this would be the match. I just don't give a fuck about it.
so don't know how accurate they are, but so supposed talk that Breaker could be back possibly in time.
I mean, if he is, cool, but good luck building that up. I
Yeah, you got less than a month, so he has to
mean, the
we get
story's
clear.
already
Have to get
there, so it's not like they have to write a whole thing. It's just you have to get it back over without him being physical, probably up until the match, unless he gets
yeah,
killed before that, which I'd be shocked. Like a week,
yeah,
2 weeks before, I'd be shocked.
yeah. So I don't know. Seth may miss WrestleMania. I don't know.
I don't think so. They'll probably just end up doing him and Logan or Theory, one of the two. But I feel like it'll be
Yeah,
Logan. He feels like the more prominent one right now.
yeah, and I mean we're getting the Usos versus Theory and Logan for the tag titles
On
Monday.
Monday,
So
yeah. So we'll see where that goes. I don't think they'll win, but
God, I hope not.
yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, the Punk Roman promo was really good, except for the old part. That's the only thing that I was like, okay, so Roman gets his dad talked about, and then he'll be buried next to his dead dad. But what triggered Punk was he got called old.
And I know it sounds really fucked up, but like being old shouldn't have bothered him. I felt like if Roman went to that way, if Punk went that way talking about Roman's dad, I would have figured they were gonna say something about Larry.
My
You
best
know
guess
that
is Punk didn't okay anything like that. That's why they went the route they
yeah,
went.
yeah. Which I mean, respect that completely. He wasn't okay with it. Cool. We can do
That's
this
my guess.
instead.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
But I
I just
mean,
found it funny that that's the way they could have said. Fuck, man. I mean, he's had such a crazy past that they brought up before. Why not bring up his dad and how his dad was a druggie or something? His own dad. Why not just go to his dad? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like his dad
exactly.
he's been very vocal about his dad being. That's why he's straight edge because of the way his dad was. Why not go to that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the way you are. You act like a fucking little spoiled brat because you're dad. It's something. Maybe he didn't okay that either. I don't fucking know. But man, old. And it's funny because Punk's 47, Roman's 39. It's an 8-year
Mhm.
gap. It's not. I mean,
Yeah.
that's 8 years is a decent amount, but like, it's not that. It's not like Punk's 58 and Roman's 35. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're eight
I do.
year difference. It's not a huge gap.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. Like it was a good promo. I get it. And maybe, people call him Fragile Phil and he's too old to be in there with the people that's in WWE right now. So maybe that could have been it. Maybe. But either way, it it's building it for sure. I feel like the match is hopefully going to give us what the promos have executed on.
Yeah. So, and then also, yeah, Erica brings up a good question in the YouTube. She says, "What's up with Austin Theory and Maxine?" So Maxine lost to Natty on Monday,
Mhm.
and then backstage there was a backstage segment. I forgot who it was focused on, but if you paid attention back, Maxine was like laying against the wall or sitting against the wall, like distraught that she lost. And then we see Theory's like talking to her, and then like Logan's like, he's there, and he's like, "Let's go," and they end up walking away. So curious to what that's gonna lead to.
So I have an odd theory, but so Maxine and LA Knight came over together during the MXM stuff.
I mean, well,
So
he is Max Dupree, duh. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
so and they told, or I think Logan said they'll handle the LA Knight problem too. So Maxine knows a little bit about LA Knight. It could be the way to get to Knight or have her join the group. I don't know.
I guess that would be one way that you're not wrong. I mean, that'd be. I feel like I'd be giving WWE a lot of credit for thinking that far. Like, hey, let's connect the dots between Maxine and LA and the Vision. Fucking dope if they're actually going to pull that trigger. Holy shit. GG's to them. I don't think they would have the fucking ideas for that, but that'd be cool.
I mean, that was just something I would think would be cool to do. You can put all those together because of the history. It would make sense, and then it could have just been Theory just being kind and telling her, hey, come with us. We can help you get back on top of the women's division. Put over
Maybe.
Paul Heyman.
Maybe that could be the case. I am curious though. That was a good little tease, I guess.
And then I don't think anything else crazy really happened except for on NXT.
Yeah, we just
Um,
saw. The only thing I know of, really, for the most part, was Tatum retained over Izzy in the main event, and then Blake did the whole fucking pulled her through the floor, the
yeah.
stage.
And then the big thing for me was Ren Sinclair finally got a
Oh, that's
singles
right.
title.
Yeah, she won the speed title off Fallon.
hmm Even though it's a speed title, it's very much deserved.
Yeah, so she finally got that title. JC, didn't she defend her title on Tuesday?
Yes, which ended in the odd fashion of JC ate a soul snatcher, which then led to
Zarya.
Daria pulling Soul out of the ring, delivering an F5. Fatal Influence got involved on the outside. They both got F5s. And then JC magically, whatever, and pinned Soul.
Oy, oy, oy. Sounds fun. But yeah, so that's going to a triple threat at kind of deliver then. Um,
Oh, yeah, Vicky Saints is fighting Tony D'Angelo next week
Number one contender.
because, no, just because they're tired of, him and Ethan are tired of people just attacking them. And whatever Ethan said, Ricky agreed in, and so Ethan said that Ricky was going to take care of it. And Stone was like, "Well, there it is." That's how that worked.
But yeah, so I mean, I didn't see Tuesday. I was busy on Tuesday. I didn't watch NXT, but overall, a man week of wrestling, a major, at least for Raw and AEW, or WWE and AEW.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably just a low week. I feel as if next week we'll be right back in the high gear on all fronts. This is what I'm hoping for, at least.
I hope so, because I know there's some like AAA tomorrow, Collision, but I'm gonna take the weekend to do my own thing and just hopefully next week's better.
I'm going to a local indie promotion here. Um, it's called Ladies Nights Out. It's a local promotion. They most of the time they do like I get normal card men's matches, women's matches, and they're doing the first ever women's only event.
That's
It's like 8
badass.
cards.
So
Yep,
you'll be going what, tomorrow or Sunday?
tomorrow.
Fuck yeah, that sounds like a fucking great time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably do a little side door dashing, a little hustle, just because why not? Because my mom
Doing
has
a
surgery
side
on
quest.
Monday, just do that. But I had yesterday, so I'd been watching Queso stream the Retro Rewind, the VHS like simulation game, or like
Mhm.
the movie rental VHS or movie rental simulation game. And
Yeah.
I was hanging out with one of my good friends in Discord, and we were chatting about it. And then I had looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, it's on sale for like $15." I was like, "Fuck yes!" So I bought it. I've been wanting to play it and got fucking dude. I was up so late last night playing it. I was up till like probably almost 3.
Jeez.
And that's probably my plan. Just like once I get home tomorrow, I'll just fucking smoke and fucking play that game. It's so
Don't blame
addicting.
me.
Sounds
Just relax.
it's like why don't you just go work in a video rental store? I wish I could. Damn it, they don't exist anymore.
Like working on a
Unless you have a
blockbuster.
mom and
but
pop
just-
one that somehow has it going still.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been hell fun though. I've been playing that. Or I played that last night, but I know I'm probably gonna play that at some point tonight.
Yeah. It's just like the Pokemon thing. Like
Yeah,
we.
the card shop. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Water Park Simulator, which I still haven't even played. And there's some supermarket simulator and all kinds of other ones. But yeah, there's even like the drug one, the Schedule 1, where you go and deal drugs and make drugs. I have that too and haven't played it. I got them all when they're on sale, Steam Winter Sale, like all cheap as shit, and then I never played them. But because I have a backlog of so many games, it's not even funny. But yeah, dude, this fucking one is fun as fuck. You should check it out.
Is it? It's on Steam.
Yeah. You literally just build a movie rental store, and then it's all VHS. So it's cool. It's not like DVDs or anything. It's just all VHS. And so like you'll get you'll get late. People get late fees, or like they'll bring in a VHS that's broken, or like something like that. It's
What
fucking
the
fun,
hell?
dude. Yeah, it's fun as fuck, dude. And then like people get mad when you tell them that they had a late fee or something. Like, oh, this is bullshit, but I guess it's just business. It's funny, dude. It's such a fun game. And then like you get like adult movies and all kinds of funny shit. It's fucking hilarious. I have a back room.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
It
That
is
sounds
fucking great, dude. It's a fun game. And there's times where people return a movie not rewound, so you have to rewind it. It's like, son of a bitch.
fun. And remember
Oh,
back then you would
go ahead,
get
continue,
have
but
to
I have
be
to show you
charged
something.
for that. Like
Yes.
I remember you would have to pay like an extra. I don't even think it was much, like maybe $2 for not having your VHS tape rewound or something like that.
So speaking of, I got these from eBay the other day.
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania 14 on VHS. Ready for this? WrestleMania 13 on VHS.
13. Nice.
Completely
Still
sealed.
sealed. Wow.
So they were all sealed but 14. WrestleMania 11
Yeah.
sealed. WrestleMania 18 sealed in VHS.
That's when the crowd hijacked
And this is the other
everything.
one I've opened so far because 14 was open already. But this is my personal favorite, WrestleMania 12.
I hated that mask on Taker.
Did you?
Yes, it looked so odd, but of course,
I have a VCR player in this old CRT TV, bro. It's fucking nostalgia, baby. Grew up with that shit. That was my era. It was the new gen era. It wasn't the best, but that's the era I grew up in.
yeah. See, for me, I grew up in the early 2000s era of wrestling.
Not a bad era. Wasn't
It
my favorite,
wasn't.
but it wasn't bad.
No, it was not. The 20. I really feel sorry for the people that grew up like watching the early 2012s.
I'm sorry.
I feel like those were the worst years of wrestling.
No, the new gen era probably was.
You think so?
My era, yeah.
I
Do
don't
me a
know.
favor. Whenever you have time, you ever just find yourself bored, you nothing to do, watch the 1995 Royal Rumble for me and tell me that there was anything in the 20 teens worse than that.
Okay. 1995
Because
Royal Rumble.
and not just because it's booked poorly. Look who's all in that and tell me WWE was in a great place.
Okay.
Because
will.
I will laugh in your face if you ever tell me that era was in a better place than any time in 20.
Hold on.
Just look up the names in that Royal Rumble for me.
That's what I was
Like
about to
you don't
do.
even need to watch it. Just look up all the participants, and you will laugh at how little of big names were in that fucking Rumble.
Alright, so. Alright, so this is that's 98. I want 95. Alright, so Sean, Davey Boy Smith,
1, 2.
Eli Blue. I don't even know who that is. Duke Dorsey.
Duke the Dumpster Dorsey. He was the dumpster
Okay.
man.
Yeah. Jimmy Del Rey,
Jimmy Del Rey.
Head Shrinker, Simone, I think.
Samu, I
Tom
believe.
Pritchard. Simone, yeah. Tom Pritchard.
Yep.
Doink the Clown.
Yep.
I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of this. K Wang.
Quang.
Quang. Okay. Rick Martel. I know who that is. I know who Owen is. Timothy Well. No idea. Luke Williams. No. Jacob Blue. King Kong Bundy. We know who that is.
Yeah, there we go. There's someone.
Men
Yeah, from Men
on a
on a
Mission.
Mission. I knew who he is, but I didn't even know.
Mabel. I know who that is.
Yeah, another good name.
Butch Miller. Okay. Lex Luger. Okay.
Yeah.
Manator. Is that the
Mantar.
Mantar? Is that the one that wore like the horns on the helmet?
No, so he had a fucking buffalo head. He had a
Okay.
whole buffalo head that he wore.
Okay.
He'd take it off to wrestle, but basically he would paint on horns. So he'd take off his head and he just have shitty ass. No, he had the Road Warrior hawk, the double mohawk on each side of the head, like on the.
Hold on. Hold on.
Mantar, dude. So he would take it off and he just looked even worse.
Oh, good lord.
But he had like the
Okay.
buffalo head that he'd wear to the ring.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll do Montoya.
Aldo Montoya. That is just incredible, by the way. Fun fact.
Okay. Henry Godwin. I know who that is. Billy Gunn. This was young Billy Gunn.
Yeah, this is when he was part of the Smoking Guns.
Yeah, Bart Gunn.
Yep, back to back.
Brother. Bob Backlund was in this. Stephen Dunn.
He was probably one of the better moments of that Rumble, ironically. He fucking fucked shit up. He was like, this Rumble sucks. I'm here to fucking kill you guys.
Dick Murdoch.
Oh, that one.
The Atom Bomb. Head Shrinker 5-2.
Fun fact, that's Rikishi.
Yeah.
All right, now tell me that the era you were referring to would put on a worse Rumble than that.
Hold on.
That was the new gen era. One of your biggest pay-per-views. Obviously, it's still like the Rumble was only like 10 years old. No, not even 10 years old at that point. But my point being, you had your winner goes to Mania stipulation at that point, and that's one of the worst of that Rumble era.
So I said 2012 was the worst, in my opinion, right?
I don't think anything, when it comes just to roster of WWE in 2012, it was miles better than that 95 roster.
Okay, so Miz, Alex Riley, R-Truth, Cody.
I would have Alex Riley any day over Mantar.
Justin Gabriel, Primo, Foley, Ricardo Rodriguez, Santino, Epico, Kofi, Jerry Lawler, Ezekiel Jackson, Jinder Mahal, Kali.
I only have a problem with one name that you've mentioned so far, like in the sense of like, why? Like, yeah, they suck, and that was Kali, because at the time he was knees and back were already shot. Yeah. Everyone else that you mentioned were people that, in my mind, in some form or way, WWE held back.
I do not remember this dude at all. Hunko? Hunico?
Hunicio. Dude, that was the guy. That's the guy who ended up becoming Sin Cara after Sin Cara, the real Mystico, after he left, got fired.
Oh, okay. This is the guy. Oh, gotcha. Booker T, Ziggler, Jim Duggan, Michael Cole.
Is that the Rumble that year?
Yeah, Karma, Sheamus, Road Dogg, Jay, Jack Swagger, Wade Barrett, David Otunga, Randy, Jericho, and Big Show.
That had so many more big names than the 95 Rumble.
Yeah, and Sheamus won that year.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, if we're gonna have our opinions, that is definitely like, I'm not a fan of Otunga, Gabriel, some of the names that you mentioned, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of those guys were in some form or way held back in the WWE.
A lot of people say the Nexus was rated by John Cena.
Yeah, but my point just being that I think when it comes to an era or like a year that was really bad, that's like, oh my god, that year was the worst. You could point to just any new gen, insert new gen year here, until you get to the Attitude Era. So like you could argue, I would say 92 is not bad, but that's still with Flair and everyone. So like once you get to like 93 is really when you can say new gen's really starting to take over. Like 93 on, bro, is so forgettable for like up until 96 is so for like mid 96, maybe even late 96 is when WWE starts picking back up. New gen sucked, bro. And
Yeah,
in the
because
sense
that.
of just their storytelling. Storytelling was not the best. Like
Mhm.
it just was about here comes the plumber. Oh, here comes the tax man. Oh, here comes the fucking dude. Like, did you ever hear Man Mountain Rock?
No, I do not remember that at all. Who
Look
was
up
that?
Man Mountain Rock. He was a character in the 90s that didn't last long, but he had a WWF logo guitar and he would play it on his entrance. I think he had like 3 matches for WWE and then he like got like released or something. And nothing, cause like he's bad, just because the gimmick sucked.
What the fuck is
Bro,
this?
nothing is as bad as New Gen era WWE. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I would argue maybe you could say a lot of Thunderdome era could come close and shit, but I would argue the wrestling was a million times better.
I've never heard of this. Like, and I've watched all like growing up.
Oh yeah, and then
My
there's
dad would go back and
Bastion
watch
Booger. You got well Doink. Yeah, so Erica brings up Doink the Clown. Doink was a popular one though. Like
Buck was
Doink actually
good.
was
Yeah.
over, but you had so many failed fucking stupid gimmicks. You had the fucking who's I mean not for this gimmick, but he's about to go into the Hall of Fame. You had Repo Man. He was initially Axe of Demolition or one of
Yep.
the Smash, and now he's going to the Hall of Fame for Demolition. But he was there was so many dumb gimmicks, bro. The red well that was 80s. Red Rooster was pretty shit too, but I think that kind of carried over in the 90s.
The
Um,
Sultan.
yeah, the Sultan. That was who was that? Rikishi, I believe.
Yeah, Rikishi. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had Iron Sheik as his manager,
Yeah.
which could have worked, but not in that gimmick. Um, yeah, bro.
Flash Funk.
Flash was an interesting one, but it was definitely a racial one because Flash, Too Cold Scorpio was legit first and foremost. He's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
But giving him Flash Funk and the fact that he agreed.
Who's Phineas Godwin? Is that just another Godwin brother?
Yeah, just the Godwin, Phineas and Henry-O. Henry-O, Godwin, and Phineas.
Yeah.
Don't go messing with the country boys. Country.
Yeah.
Dude, 90s, that's why you see me with those VHSs. That is my nostalgia. People ask me, what's your favorite WrestleMania? My favorite, WrestleMania 17. My personal favorite, the one that I'll go back and watch because of nostalgia and personal favorite, and look back on with rose-tinted glasses always, WrestleMania 12. Because New Gen is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
I will die on the hill saying while No Gen era was probably the worst era ever of WWE with storylines and wrestling, that's the era that got me into wrestling. So I go back and I watch that era, dude. I fucking rose tinted glasses. I remember I have such rose tinted glasses and I remember this happening. There was a school day or snow day, excuse me, on a school day. School canceled. This was before you'd fucking get the notification on your phone or whatever. It was house phone, no crazy smartphones, just normal cell phones in the 90s at least. And you would have to turn on the TV and like, okay, I know it snowed a lot, but when my school closed, you'd have to watch it scroll on the little ticker at the bottom, wait for your school to pop up or your district. And I remember, dude, one day I had a snow day. And it was like I wasn't like tired, like I was like, but like as a kid, like even like if you're a preteen, you get giddy. Oh, snow day! Like I like like stayed up. I popped in. This was probably like 99, 2000, 2001. I popped in my. I don't even know if I still have it. I'll have to go in my storage and try to find them. I popped in this like Undertaker Coliseum home video VHS, bro. And at the time I felt like I watched it so much that I like. It's like when you watch a movie, like, oh, now here comes this part. Oh, now here comes, and then you could like quote certain things. That was me with the whole Coliseum home videos back in the 90s, bro.
Okay.
That's how much rose tinted glasses I have for the New Gen era.
That's understandable.
It sucked though. It was ass. Luckily, I was like 3 years later. We got Attitude Era, and I was still a kid, so obviously I was like, "Fuck yeah, DX."
Yeah.
But
I remember
nothing's versus the New Gen.
I remember seeing the Brood and getting real excited about how their entrance was. I thought it was pretty badass.
Fuck yeah, that was badass, dude. Attitude Era when that shit started was okay. I'm gonna give you some fucking. I ain't gonna on the podcast like out loud say. I'll give you the site. everyone listening.
Okay.
There is a, if you made it this far, I'm gonna give you some fucking hoop knowledge right now. A couple years ago, I ran across a Twitch page that was streaming the Attitude Era, both WCW. I think I might have told this to you not too long ago. Like it would just everything. It would start like mid '90s, like around '93, '94, and it would sometimes even earlier, and it would just go in chronological order. Raw. Oh, here's Nitro. Oh, here's WCW Worldwide, WCW Saturday Night, and then as it goes through each month, week by week in chronological order, once SmackDown becomes a thing and Thunder, and it starts doing everything chronological. But what makes it even better is this page was doing it with the like TV audio, like the audio that it aired as. So not
Yeah.
the WWE republished, dubbed over, or whatever. And it took out this little line here and there, whatever. Fucking recorded from home, fucking real fucking shit. This got taken down eventually on Twitch, but it exists now on Kick.
Oh God.
Yeah. So this exists now on Kick. Actually, I'm trying to find it here. Okay, and it's just look it up on Kick. You'll eventually find it. It always ends up racking up viewers because it's just right now it's in '97, so we're deep in the fucking Attitude Era. We're fucking it's on Raw. What I used to like about it, it actually used to have it like I'm watching it right now. I just pulled it up. It used to have a list on the left, and it would tell you in chronological order what's next, how long that was, including the seconds, and so you could like calculate. Okay, that's in 10 hours from now. It is this time. I want to see it. Because what's cool about it, it's not like it's so much better than watching it, pulling it up on Peacock or Netflix or whatever the fuck it's on nowadays, WWE Vault. Because it's the intact how it aired, not edited down, not dubbed over. So there'll be times you notice the audio quality drops. It's because they found the only audio that had the exact audio the way it aired, and they just edit it into it, even if it sounds worse, even if the footage is clear as day, just to give you the real experience that we experience. And this is on Kick. I've said enough. It's not going to be hard to find anymore. It goes in chronological order. It's fucking amazing, dude. Eventually, he did it. I watched it long enough to where I saw him do it, like, loop it a few times. And he would do eventually where it'd be like, okay, well, I'm starting from 1986 now. And so it'd be like fucking Tuesday Night Titans and all these other shows. And then it'd be in chronological. Dude, whoever runs this account, obviously copyright, whatever. We know that's a thing. That is historical shit to keep and to keep it intact as it aired, because WWE and a lot of things changed the way things were nowadays because of streaming. They're like, oh, this is offensive, we have to get rid of this, or oh, we can't have them say that. We'll edit it in a way that makes it sound like mean but not like as insensitive, whatever. Obviously, if you grew up in that era, you're like, this kind of sucks. Like, I get it nowadays, that's the world we live in. That's bad, but like, fuck, I kind of just want to experience it for what I saw when I first saw it.
Yeah,
I love this channel.
What it was. Yeah.
I love this channel. So yeah, there's been times where he'll go all the way, like he'll stop like once WCW usually like goes down, like he'll kind of like stop there. But then there's been times where this channel will go, oh, okay, now it's just Raw and SmackDown. Oh, here's now when ROH started coming up, so now that's in chronological order, and that was airing. Oh, here's TNA when it started on HD Net. Dude, I love this fucking channel. You could live all of that in chronological order.
Yeah, you would. That's crazy though.
And obviously it's a live channel though, so it's not like, it's on, well, it's on Kick, and the way Kick runs is it has like the whole thing, no matter who you are, you can rewind to wherever you want. Up to a certain amount, it's like 48 hours or something, depending on how long they're live. But yeah, dude, like this channel, I had this channel on all the fucking time on my fucking TV. Like I'd go to bed with it on, like just because I was like, this is so badass. Like it reminded me almost of the old WWE channel that was on all the time on the network, but it was just of the Attitude Era in chronological order, perfectly intact.
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean,
so
that's
extreme
awesome.
hoop knowledge. Don't get it taken down though, please, because this is a great channel. That's why I'm not dropping any names. If you really want to watch this, you'll find it. It's not hard. I gave you enough info to find it.
Oh, plenty enough. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, we went a little bit longer than I expected because but it's already one for you, so
it is. Yeah, it's a little past one, not too bad.
I think we'll go and wind it down here. But yeah, if you guys want to follow me everywhere outside the podcast, follow me on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. I do my pro wrestling live reactions on there, as well as TikTok, and I do a lot of other like music and other stuff too, as well. I was wrestling on the TikTok, Instagram, Josh Vibes Up everywhere.
Yeah, and say for me, I do my wrestling reactions mainly on YouTube, but I do have Twitch, Kick, TikTok, and Instagram and Facebook as well.
How dare you copy me? I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and hopefully when we talk to you guys next Tuesday, we talk about some good shit. So
Better wrestling.
exactly. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm literally watching it now. It's on Raw's War 97, and it's the Nation of Domination versus the Heart Foundation. I'll give you the link so you don't have to look it up. It's just kick.com/ the channel's just name's Classics. But I'm a part of the guy's Discord. I've been there for years because his channel would get down and then he'd create a new one. So then in his Discord he'd link to it. But Twitch got really on him like a year ago, and then he hasn't done this. He's had his channels on Kick. Like it's weird. He'll if when I go to his Discord, he always promotes this other site called like Vaughn dot something, like another streaming site, and he has like his feeds on there, but it was never this. It was always just like a different feed of like, oh, here's XPW from the 2000s. Oh, here's a random TNA feed of all their pay-per-views from like a 7-year period. And he'll do like random stuff like that. But now he finally brought that. I'm assuming people kept asking, like, yo, can you bring back the Monday Night War feed?
Yeah, because
I think it just takes a lot of time because there'd be times like I'd be watching and like that he doesn't do the list on the side of it anymore, but like there'd be the list, like the queue, and you'd see him manually moving things properly in chronological order. Like, oh shit, this one's down here in August from June or July. I'm moving it back. And you'd see him manually move it in chronological order, or if something started that wasn't right. Like I know there was mods too, because there'd be mods in the chat, be like, oh, I fixed it, I organized it. But he had mods that somehow had access to it too, and to reorganize the list to make it play properly. But yeah, it is crazy. But yeah, I'm glad it's back because I love just putting this up in the as ambiance in the background, and then like if I'm not doing anything, I'll look over and I'm like, oh shit, we're on this. I want to see this, or like knowing kind of where it's at. Like, oh shit, this is gonna be coming up in a few episodes. Like, I want to kind of see that.
so this is wild. Like, this
Yeah,
is
dude.
actually some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Brian Pillman, my God.
Yeah. So like I was talking to my homie Beamar earlier, like when I was out dashing earlier, and so usually when I'm in dashing I'll just like I have two phones, so I have like one of them with my AirPod hooked up in VC. I'm not just bored. Well, I listen to music too when I'm not talking to anyone, but cool to yap with people. I'm doing it. And I was just doing it today, and he was like, oh yeah, because he's the one who told me that he brought it back up on Kick. And he was like, yeah, I was watching it earlier, and it was he said it was, I forget, he said what pay-per-view it was, or it was like whatever. He's like, and I thought that I saw it was a promo, and it was Sherry talking, and I saw Harlem Heat, and he said, I was like, man, this looks familiar. He said, and then Booker T started talking, and he was like, oh, it's this, and he said it was completely intact, no edit, completely him saying it to Hogan, and the reaction of him doing the whole like, oh, I was like, that's why I love this channel, because I know that's meme today and stuff, but like just to see that like full promo part of the pay-per-view in chronological order is hilarious, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Yeah, but I know what promo you're talking about.
Yeah, so yeah, this is great. So like we're 97, so we might be already getting close to the 3-hour nitros. We might be already in 3-hour nitros. I'm not too sure, but we're deep in Monday Night Wars. We're already in the era of WWE on the comeback, like if not already winning. No, that's 98. That's 98. That's 98 actually when Finn wins the title. But yeah, no, this is the up, like, so WF's on the up here for sure. But I like to watch, like I felt like I just watched a few days ago and it was like in 95, but maybe it was longer than that because it seemed like it moved so quick.
So do they move fast? Like the years go by quick on there?
It's in chronological, yeah. If it's doing what it did, what he did before, without the cue list on the screen, it's kind of hard to tell if that's exact. But I'm pretty sure because that's what the title says, Monday Night Wars. So I'm assuming it's the same thing he used to do on Twitch.
Yeah.
This is when they used to start the second hour with a whole new intro. It used to become the War Zone. It went from Monday Night Raw to the War Zone. No, it was Raw's War for the first hour, and then the second hour was the War Zone.
War Zone, yep.
The War Zone is when it got more adult.
Yes.
That's when they would bleed and say a few more cuss words than they would
It wasn't
the first hour.
Kid friendly, yeah.
Yeah, so Warzone was like, all right, your kids should be in bed for this part.
Yeah.
Sable out here with pasties on. But yeah, dude, I definitely recommend if you could somehow put this up even on your TV, like if you sleep with the TV on or something like that, you just keep this up and you'll fucking love it. You'll be like, when you're doing something, you'll be able to stop and be like, oh yeah, I remember this shit. Something will come up that you recognize. You're like, fuck yeah, I want to see this real quick.
Yeah, I mean, because without having the vault anymore, we lose all these moments. So
Yeah,
It's good to
so
have someone
as long as this
that's
doesn't get taken
dedicated.
down, this is gonna be great, bro. I love this thing. I could just sit here and watch this thing all night, honestly.
I don't blame you.
Oh, Mad Johnson. Mad Johnson. Dude, my brother and I used to play the WWF in your house. It was like the WrestleMania the arcade game back in the day. So we
Mhm.
played that when we were younger, and I remember we would go because there was like that they barely started coming out with like the music on CD. Like the first one had dropped around this time, but like a lot of the wrestlers' themes weren't on there. You know, it was only like 12 themes or whatever. And we would get the games, and we would use tapes, and we would record the audio on a tape from the
Mm.
video game. So like you could go in the settings of the game and then you could just go through all the audio sounds. And what made that funny is it wasn't just the music, like their entrance themes. You would literally go through every little audio sound in the game. So it was like, ugh. Like so you'd go sound one, ugh. Sound two, sound three, get him. Like it was always so many different sounds. So you had to go through so many of them. But then you'd go through the commentary and it would be the way they'd be saying the wrestlers' names. And it'd be always different. And Vince was on commentary in that game. So like you'd be like Vince McMahon, Bret 1, it'd be Bret Hart, Vince McMahon, Bret 2, Bret Hart. Vince McMahon, Bret Hart 3, Bret the Hitman Hart. Like it was always different. And I always remember this. And then one time my brother, he was recording Triple H, just, he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley at the time. And you do the bow, the blue blood. And I've always had a thing, even to this day, where I'll go to the fridge and I'll get like a lunch meat and I'll just put like a piece of cheese or even just get the lunch meat, fold it in half and just eat it, you know?
Yeah.
And my main thing is bologna. I'll do that with bologna all day, every day. And so I did this when I was little. I'll still do this I do this today. Not as much as I did when I was little, but I still do it today. I must have, I don't know, just really wanted bologna. And I kept doing that with bologna. I got sick and I puked. And I guess I was really little. I was like 8.
Yeah.
Maybe a little older. My stepdad, my brother's recording the Hunter's Helmsley. You don't hear me get sick, but you just hear my dad because I went to the bathroom not feeling good and I sat on the toilet and then I puked on the floor. And my brother's recording Hunter Hearst Helmsley's theme song this whole time doing this. You don't hear any of that, but then you just hear my stepdad in the recording. Damn it, Josh! Just because I'm right there, but I puked on the floor instead of the toilet. And I always remember that my brother goes, "It was just big chunks of bologna, like you didn't even chew it." So anytime I hear the Hunter Hearst Helmsley WWE theme song, I immediately think of that every time.
Yeah.
Big bologna. Oh, dude, yeah. Fucking funny ass shit. It's one of my favorite stories I have from wrestling, watching wrestling as a kid.
It's good childhood memories, though.
Yeah, dude. Why I love that's why I love the new gen era. No, it was Shawn Michaels. That was little me realizing I was bi without knowing it. Have you seen Shawn Michaels has gone viral lately for his like they did with the new Sexy Red song? It's like I want to be with a bad bitch. I want to be with a bad bitch. And it's like the footage of him dancing around all fucking stupid and shit. I got to do that trend because I've been seeing a lot of people do that like me when I do this for my wife and it's like I want to be and they're just mimicking Shawn. And it like cuts from the Shawn doing it to them doing it. And I was like, yeah, I got to do this.
He's been going viral. He done the thing with the Vanity Project too, where they were doing like mimicking his entrances.
And yeah, and then he came in and he did it, started doing the strut. Yeah. Dude, I love Shawn, my favorite. But
I feel like he's having fun in NXT right now.
Oh, 100%. I think that's why CM Punk's like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want them to like me and do my stuff. Dude, I loved when Shawn like initially was really taking over. Not really taking over, but like he was like a year into taking over, and it was just obvious what old storylines of his he was given to other people that he really liked. It's like JC got the whole barbershop window thing, breaking up with Gigi, and like they did a few other things like that was prominent Shawn stuff that he did. Oh, they did the thing where like the I lost my smile with Ethan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, dude, fucking Shawn, he's just giving all his best shit to everyone in NXT now.
And he's giving it to people that it works with, which is another great thing.
Yeah, there's a few others I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, he did a few other his moments like that like people talk about. They're like, I'm gonna have you do this storyline that leads to something I did. Now I'm just waiting for him to have someone do his "Oh Canada" when he was faked out the Brett return in like 2006 or whatever that was. That's one of my favorite moments, dude. That was, dude, the heat he gets. Talk about hill heat, dude. That even before Brett came out, like he literally starts that promo off with that. Like he gets getting that was like his first time in Montreal too at the time in like 3-4 years. And so obviously they went crazy booing him, but man, they went about it so good.
Yeah, he got good heat. Sean was always good at getting heat.
Stone Cold just did the bow. He just did the Hunter Hearst Helmsley bow. Oh man, good times.
It
But yeah,
was.
if you've never seen a lot of this like era, like if you've never watched the Attitude Era, like I'm sure you've seen a lot of it, but like if you've never really watched it, watch it. Like I've know a lot of people who
Watch
just
it, yeah.
like I'm gonna go down and watch this in chronological order. Like when the network was a thing, they did. They're like that was amazing. Like a lot of it was sucked, but that was amazing. The stuff that was good.
Yeah.
But this is what makes this better: is that you don't have to worry about finding it in order. It's in order, including WCW.
Essentially, you can just watch it. It's there.
Yeah, you get to compare Raws and Thunders to each other. I'm like, damn, this one's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You can
man.
see why the what happening.
Yeah, but you need to watch this.
Oh yeah, I'm going to for sure. I'm gonna probably pull it up tonight.
Fuck yeah, I am. I'm definitely gonna pull it up on one of my TVs. I have a million now, so. All right, man. Let me know about how when they try to schedule you for surgery. I hope everything doesn't get worse before then.
Oh well, I'll keep you updated because I know once they do surgery, depending on how I can get in here, I'll probably have to take a few days off
Oh,
unless I can
definitely.
find a way to sit comfortably. I doubt I will.
Yeah.
So,
All right, bro. I'll catch you later.
all right, man.
All right, peace.
So.
Hi.
Hello.
I was showing Kraken that Kick channel that's doing the WWE in chronological during the Attitude Era with WCW and all that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Talked about it on the
I'll
podcast a
find
little
it.
bit.